What's up, everybody? It's Vicious here, and I got my good friend Aaron here, and we're gonna we're gonna see what this whole Tekken 8 mocks the cancel pigs video is about that Melonie Mac had put out. And if you guys know anything about me, if you've seen some of my past content, you know that I cannot stand this woman. I think she's an idiot. I think she is a source of a lot of like toxicity in the communities. Like I say, the community in the gaming community. A lot of people look to her and they look to her as like some sort of like pillar to like hold their beliefs up, and because she has like a following, people believe that what she thinks is like right potentially or popular, and that's not the case.
Pushback.
And Aaron, don't be afraid to speak at all or interrupt me if you want.
Of course.
Yeah, I was just about to say we were looking at some videos that she had, and she was saying that X-Men '97 was bad, and it was ruined.
Just painful. Just painfully ignorant. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. Talking about like forcing queer ideology, and then just like talking about like how the one of the episodes basically represented the MAGA group, Trump supporters and everything.
It's so interesting that they act like people existing is being forced on them when they're not really losing anything by another group gaining visibility.
Right.
I struggle to believe you're losing anything except for, you're being decentered as the dominant group. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. She takes like a very personal offense to the X-Men doing whatever the fuck they do, even though
they've been doing whatever the fuck they've been doing for the past 40, 50 years.
Yeah, like it really sucks when you see fans, not even fans, but like people like this drop into a series and act like, they've known everything about the series for like the past however many years you said, like 40. Yeah.
Yeah, ever since Chris Claremont was writing for the X-Men.
Yeah, and my guy Aaron is like a huge Marvel fan, more huge than me. I've always been more X-Men than anything, but like my guy knows his stuff about Marvel, so a little bit, yeah, being modest. All right, so we're gonna look at this Tekken 8 thing. I have not seen this. I have no idea what to expect. I'm gonna see what she says about Tekken 8 mocking like the cancel pigs, even though Tekken 8 has definitely, like, she's talked about things being censored in games, but they definitely censored things in Tekken, and they definitely move things around so they go with like different standards. Like we'll talk about it. I don't want to pause the video too much.
Let's see what she's got to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Woke culture has infested the video game industry and all kinds of mainstream games, but Tekken 8 is marked safe, as they even go as far as to mock the whole woke agenda that has just been an absolute plague to video games.
Her fucking brain shut off for like 5 seconds there.
Woke agenda.
Niche
What?
gamer. Now this is a Tekken 8 ending.
Yo, she said woke agenda and looked over to the side like line. Like she's a fucking in a movie or something.
There's a teleprompter just looking in front of her.
Yeah, man, I cannot stand this woman. Hold on.
It makes fun of cultural appropriation because this is already something that Tekken has to deal with in general, or any game that has like a wide variety of casts, right? Especially.
Oh Jesus! Because it has more than one racial group.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well. The thing is, nobody's really caring about anything happening in Tekken in terms of like cultural appropriation. I don't think, not at least not on like a grand scale.
She's creating a boogeyman.
She is. Tekken has always been, at least to my knowledge, the most diverse game in the fighting game genre. Like the first game had half Native American, half Chinese woman. Her name was Michelle Chang. And Armor King was an Afro, he died, I forgot. Yeah, he was an Afro Latino. Yeah, and hell, I'm trying to think of other diversity that they had, but like even Nina being Irish at the time in the 90s, I think that was like something. Maybe I don't think we think about it too much now. Maybe even not back then.
You're not really thinking about it when you're beating the bloody hell out of your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. But just for like sake of like representation or whatever,
they've always been on point with their representation, though.
Yeah, there was like I don't need to mention all the races. Like this is how fucking weird like her mind works. Actually, like she's making it seem like they've had to deal with like appropriation. Like, dude, they make these characters as accurate as they know how to, and they actually ask these cultures like what they think about certain things. What the hell is his name? Shaheen on Tekken 7. They actually had to do quite a bit of research to get his character right because he's Saudi Arabian and they wanted to respect the culture. So like nobody really like presses them too bad because they do as much research as possible to make people feel comfortable.
Yeah, and it would have been easy to make him coded as a quote unquote terrorist to appease Western audiences, but like Shaheen was a dope character.
Yeah, and even pushing past Shaheen a bit. Sorry, I don't mean to like hop around, but Leo, even like I think they were a bit ahead of the curve because Leo, even though Leo's name. They confirmed in Tekken Tag 2 is Eleonora, so Leo's sex is female. They changed like that, I guess, recently, like within the past 2 games, and like Leo's basically non-binary. You know what I mean? Is what they're trying to do with Leo now. Instead of being like, we don't know what Leo is, huh? Yeah.
And it works Leo exists. Like Leo has always existed as androgynous, but you know what?
Yeah.
Again, that doesn't matter. Like nobody's really thinking about that when you're beating the snot out of your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. And none of these fucking clowns were back in the day were saying anything about Leo. None of these fucking clowns are saying anything about the diversity that they were putting in the Tekken.
The only problem is. Because if they would have never brought attention to the fact that Leo's non-binary or androgynous, they wouldn't freaking cared. It's only when they bring attention to it. Oh my God, these people are taking over. No, they just exist.
Yeah.
Okay, they just exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
tell you the video.
See what goofiness she's got to say.
Yep.
Especially from different backgrounds and stuff like that, it's always, oh, this costume isn't perfect. Oh, look at this. Why are Japanese people trying to portray Mexican culture? Or why is this that? Or oh no, this white character is wearing a native headdress. All this kind of crap.
That was never a problem in Tekken's history.
Yeah, I'm trying.
What?
I'm trying to think. Like, there are Native American headdresses, but they're all worn by Native American characters. Like Julia. Well, we assume Julia is Native American because she was found in Native American ruins.
She's coded as Native American.
Yeah, she's coded as Native American, and Michelle Chang is like I mentioned earlier,
her daughter or something like that.
Yeah, her adoptive daughter. I'm sorry. Julia is Michelle's adoptive daughter, and Michelle's half Native and half Chinese. But most of the headdresses that I remember have belonged to them. I think they might have put in a headdress as like a customizable item on like Alex, like the dinosaur, but like that's a fucking it's not even like a real dinosaur, you know what I mean? It's like something that they made up to put in the game. But I don't know anybody who's complaining about this. Tekken Twitter certainly doesn't do it.
This is news to me.
Yeah, it's news to me too, and like it's not that I don't have critiques on like some of Tekken's outfits, but those critiques are more like they could look better more than like
it's more aesthetics than it is any genuine lack of understanding about the culture they're trying to represent.
Exactly, like Bruce on Tekken 6. I didn't like his customizations. I'm not gonna lie, I emulated that recently. This nigga got some shorts that look like his knees are down by his ankles. Is weird, but like I'm not gonna say like, oh, they did that because he's black. Like nobody does that shit, But let me see what else this idiot's gonna say.
That is constantly a thing, and we are so sick of hearing. And I think what's so funny about it is
you don't even play
how
Tekken.
they played this joke with the white girl being the one who says something. Because why is it always woke white people who want to be offended on everyone else's behalf? So let me show you the scene in question first.
Yes, please do.
I pulled it up here.
I have not seen this ending because I don't play with Lily.
Let me move my big head, and I will just show you.
Yeah.
So it's subs. You're gonna have to read the subs there. So
that's
basically, she's just like, don't you think that that's cultural appropriation.
I think that she has like some sort of mental
I fear
illness.
is a clear case of cultural appropriation.
And
she's like,
I'm not
"Don't
saying
be
there's
such a
anything against
white
mentally
pill.
ill
Come
people, but
on.
shit.
Come on, seriously. Get over it."
That's
so
it.
Here we have from Niche Gamer, they wrote, Tekken 8 has been getting some attention from those who despise the West influences, as a certain ending briefly brings up cultural appropriation. Twitter users were sharing a screenshot from Lily. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is a lot of people were under the impression that Tekken 8 went woke, and they completely went over their heads that they're making fun.
These people be telling on
who
themselves when they
gaming,
complain
right?
about something going woke.
Exactly.
Like, seriously, like, oh my god, it's so woke. Oh, okay, so you just don't like the fact that you're decentered. That's all that is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and the thing is, like, I could definitely say that I don't think, like, like, here's the thing. There's only one African character in Tekken, and it's Zafina, because
Yeah, she's North African.
Well, at the very least, she's North African ancestry, because they never confirm like what her nationality is.
Yeah.
But her ancestors are from Egypt. But like most of Tekken is white characters at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why they're like, oh, they're gonna go woke. Like, there's so many, like, there's so much,
because there are other people who exist in the world.
Yeah, like, and the thing is, like I mentioned before, it's always been a diverse game. I just happen to notice there's more white characters in Tekken than there are, I think, Asian characters. Because let me just name a couple. We got Paul, we got Leo, we got Lily. I don't know. Would you count Dragunov? He's Russian. He's Russian, but like that's also Asia too.
Oh, Russia's considered largely Eurasian.
Okay.
Like especially like where Drag's from.
Yeah. So there's Drag, there's Steve, there's Nina, there's Anna.
And they're all European.
Yeah, they're all of European descent, which I'm not complaining. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I appreciate them being from different areas in Europe, but like the majority of Tekken is white. From I think. I'm trying to think of the other characters. I just can't think of them right now. But like that really doesn't matter that much to me. But it matters that much to her because
just the one line talking about like just talking about. Making fun of cultural appropriation. Tekken's gone woke. Wow, just from one line of dialogue, that's what you got.
Man, that's what these people look for. Honestly, though, like they look
talk about making a mountain out of a molehill.
They look for like the most minimalistic things. Like they won't go back to Tekken 6, like I mentioned earlier. They won't go back to. I'm trying to think. Is any character? Lee I'm not going to say, I don't think Lee is gay. I used to think Lee is gay, but right now I think
he's just flamboyant.
He's flamboyant. He's like Metro. You know what I mean?
He's probably Metro. Like he hasn't been officially coded as gay. Like he's probably queer coded, but Namco has never like confirmed that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not to mention like romantic subplots have never really been that big of a issue in Tekken. It's always been about this family of really talented fighters keep throwing the world into their nonsense just because they can't get their stuff together.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hear what she has to say.
They're making fun of it. They're not actually being woke. So anyway. So they keep sharing this for that, and then people actually.
That's the only thing that they're sharing.
Another screenshot.
I know this. They're like the most.
Calls her a buzzkill.
Aaron, these are the most boring people in the fucking planet, dog. They're so
they got
boring.
a lick of personality. Oh, Tekken's gone woke. Just because.
Yeah, nobody cares. Play Tekken. Play Tekken 8 right now.
However, a full look at the entire ending reveals that Lily called Azucena's, I don't know how to pronounce that, act of combining tea and coffee cultural appropriation, only for Azucena to knock down Lily's perspective.
Nobody fucking cares.
On cultural appropriation,
not to mention, like, she's not making like. I don't even think they're making fun of the act of cultural appropriation in and of itself. It is just the fact of when like white liberals talk about, oh, that's cultural appropriation, like she's like, I will give her that in many regards. A lot of these white liberals do try to kind of police stuff and say like, oh, that's cultural appropriation, like without understanding cultural nuances. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's probably what they were getting at. But again, homegirl here probably wouldn't know that without having an actual background and understanding how cultures work.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I feel like Lily is just like doing a fucking, like, I don't know, like, the thing about listening to somebody talk that, you know, speaks a different language is there's not really like a good way to tell like tone. So like, I don't know if Lily is like joking about it being cultural appropriation just for the simple fact that they're combining fucking coffee and tea, and like it's like she's trying to say that she's biting off of like the tea. Like, I don't know, like it's something like that could just be like a simple joke that's not even like worth thinking about so much. But here we have a 14-minute and 54-second fucking video about like this one off.
Tekken 8 amongst the cancel pigs.
yeah, like bro, nobody fucking cares. Like, imagine having to like struggle for content this bad that you have to like go and search this type of shit up.
You have to create a whole ass boogeyman out of it.
Yeah, I'm a whole ass leftist over here that cares about issues in the world, like
communist.
Fucking socialist right here, fucking trying to you know, I'm over here like looking at events like the genocide going on in Gaza and Palestine right now.
There's genocide in Africa that's going on too.
That as well, exactly. Like, there's a lot of shit going on in the world that's more important than like shit like this. But she brings up like this fucking ending I haven't even seen yet. I'm a bigger Tekken fan than her. I got all the fucking mainline games in Tekken 1 and 2.
We've been playing the game since they dropped. Like, they make up the bulk of our childhood.
Yeah, we were just playing Tekken 8 like before we got to this video, and that's why I was going through our videos. I asked him like, what do you want to do? We looked at this Tekken 8 shit. We were like, what the hell are they talking about? And like, here we are dismantling this shit that's like easy to dismantle, and like, you know, fun to make fun of, honestly, because Jesus Christ, like, this is what you got to go to. This is bottom of the barrel. Like, you couldn't have found anything else like more convincing.
Doesn't appear to be nonsense inserted by a localizer, as the English version of the game has each character speak in their native language, be it Spanish, English, or Japanese. Lily.
Hold on a second. You can't blame the localizers this time. If you listen to Lily closely, you can hear her say appropriation cultural, which translates to cultural appropriation. I know there's legitimate cases of censorship and alteration, but this is not one of them. Well, let me tell you this. Not everything in Tekken that's fucking translated is like
it's translated properly.
Yeah, that's true. Like, all right, so there's a saying that Devil Jin has that he's had since Tekken 5, and in Tekken 5 it says fear the wrath of God, and in Tekken 6 it says something else. I think it says fear God's wrath, which same thing. But then, like, I think in Tekken 7 or 8 is like something else completely different. Like, the translation might be wrong. So, like, you know, this dude's just an idiot. Like, you know, like, you can't blame the localizers this time. Like, bro, they have different translations all the time, and they're not accurate.
Let's do a Google search. Let's see what cultural appropriation translates to in French.
I mean, the thing is, he may be right, but I'm just saying, like, you know, saying that you can't blame the localizers this time, like, it might be fucked up. Like, hell.
Okay, appropriation cultural. Okay,
yeah, so, like I said, he might be right, but, like, you know, they do mess up. Like, hell, they got this new item on the Tekken Fight Pass called Ninja Katana, and it's a straight sword. It's not a katana at all.
Hailing from Monaco, speaks in French. And as noted by another Twitter user, she can audibly be heard saying appropriation culturelle. I can't do these accents. All right, so you can't blame the localizers this time. If you listen to Lily closely.
It's funny how...
And that's the end of the article.
Yeah, that is the end of the article.
That's all...
I love how she's like, I can't do these accents, like, you know, just kind of being slightly racist, but at the same time it's not racist because she's white, but like, you know, if it was like someone else,
ignorant.
it's just anybody, like just anybody that's not speaking like English. Like I can't do these accents. Like what the fuck is wrong with this person?
So you can hear her say appropriation culturelle, which translates to cultural appropriation. I know there's legitimate cases for censorship and alteration, but this is not one of them. This
14 views, by the way. It's funny how that has 14 views. It's like her fucking legitimate source for anything. Like he was right, but it's just funny. Like look at what she looks to for like information in the article as well. It's just weird.
So this article is only like a couple paragraphs.
Provided seem rather minor.
When was this
Many
shit made?
naturally criticize the line
January
because the
26th.
insertion
Oh,
of such
this is
political
before
nonsense, be it feminism,
the launch of the game?
appropriation, or gender ideology is common in the West when Japanese games are localized, and it is usually done regardless of what the source material actually said. Critics felt that even just mentioning cultural appropriation is still heinous, as they insisted they don't want to be constantly reminded of annoying Western developers and localizers who can't stop bringing up these absurd fabricated concepts, which are made specifically to control how people act.
Yeah,
and
it's
speak.
only absurd and fabricated to you, homegirl, because it's not your existence.
Yeah, exactly. Like
you don't have to deal with it. You know what? Tell you what, if it's so fabricated and whatnot, tell her like if these people really think cultural appropriation is not as big a deal as it actually is, then how do I say this?
while you're thinking of that, I'm just gonna say that cultural appropriation is fucking annoying. Like if the thing is. You know, and I want to say, I know what you're having trouble saying too, because I just came into it too.
Yeah, because like if it's not as big a deal as if she's talking about like these annoying concepts, well, it's annoying to you because you don't have to deal with it.
That's
you don't
true.
have to deal. You're not subjected to basically like your culture being stolen from you every day, and when we do something, it's bad, it's ghetto, it's tasteless, it's taboo. But it's cool when they do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like fucking Vanilla Ice or like Kid Rock or something. Which both of them turn out to be like culture vultures. Like they took whatever we fucking had going.
Kid Rock. You actually have a legitimate point with Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice was set up by the industry.
He's a plant. Yeah.
He's a bit of a plant in a way, like because Vanilla Ice actually really did like the culture. He really was from the trenches.
Fair enough. If you say it, I'll retract it.
But even then, you know, that's the paradox of being white in these spaces, because you know because they're like just to get off track a bit, in hip hop, you know how much I love hip hop. Yeah. There are legitimately a bunch of white folks who are dope as fuck hip hop artists. You know, love them or hate them, Marshall Mathers is one of the baddest MCs to have ever lifted a mic. You can't take that from him. He actually does put on for the culture. But the paradox is, you know, there are people who could listen to Eminem, but will never have to know who Nas is, who will never have to know who Rakim is, who don't have that same attachment to the culture that Eminem has. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I used to. I had an argument before with somebody on Facebook. Somebody I used to work with back at when I used to work at IHOP. Like he was like a cook, and I was like a young kid or whatever in high school, and I think it was like junior year or something. And like after it was like years after that, but like I forget what brought it up, but like it was about like some of like the top rappers or whatever, and like there was I don't really like listen to hip hop all that much. I like coming clean with it. Like I used to just listen to 3-6 Mafia really, and that was like my group and like their affiliates. But you know, I know people who listen to a lot more hip hop than me, and a lot of them don't really put They won't put Eminem like in like their top 5, maybe because they're just used to, they like other people. Everybody's going to be different. I think that music is subjective, but like a lot of people I notice that, you know, look like me wouldn't put Eminem up there. And whether that be bias or whatever, I don't know. But, you know, combating somebody who's just like, you know, ignorant of the fact that, you know, because like Eminem, he sold a lot of albums, but also like you can't deny that he sold a lot of albums. Maybe because he's good, but also because he's white.
He himself said it.
Yeah,
like because the bar for white musicians in black spaces is different because we're so used to them like trying to emulate us that when we get a legitimately good one, the standard for them is up here. Whereas if Eminem was a black dude, it would be okay. He's just another talented black dude.
I'm saying like it's easier for like white people to like get into other white people and show other white people another white artist and like get their parents to have them buy it.
Yeah, and they don't have to again, they don't have that same attachment to the culture. Like it's almost like it's like serving homemade soul food out of a fast food restaurant. Yeah, it may taste good, but you don't have the same connection to, again, the culture that created it. You don't have traditions upon traditions of black art forms that have been passed down and passed down.
Yeah.
Well, especially considering the fact that black culture is extremely commercially viable.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hip hop is like the fucking most popular. It is pop. It is like the most fucking popular genre across the world.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be hip hop, but nobody wants to be hip hop. Like nobody wants to be black when the shit goes down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ain't nobody listening to country in the Middle East, homie. I'm sorry, but
like like we can like you. I've always like when it comes to Eminem fans, white Eminem fans, I'm always a little leery because you can tell who's a genuine hip hop fan and who's just an Eminem fan. And their love of Eminem is predicated on the fact.
Yeah, go ahead.
Their love of Eminem is predicated on the fact that they perceive him as dominating a black space.
Exactly.
That's why they like him.
And we knew somebody that we both work with because Aaron's my homie. We work at the same job. Yeah. I'm almost certain Tommy might have been an Eminem fan. If I'm not mistaken, I bet he listens to nobody else. But I know we're getting a little sidetracked here, but I just wanted to.
It's the kicker, like whether it be hip hop music or black coded fashion, it's the same thing. Like I said, anytime we do something, it's cool. It's cool when they do it, or it's cool to take from us. It's cool to emulate until some shit goes down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Some shit goes down. You don't want to be nothing. You don't want to be a part of that. And you
can drop it as soon as you can. Yeah. I can't drop being black. Like I'm black 24/7. We can't drop that.
Yeah, you seen what happened to Miley Cyrus. But we're getting on to music, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this one last thing, and we're gonna like let her play a little bit more. Yeah. I was going to say that, some people might go as far as to say, and I don't have anything against white people.
No,
but,
we don't hate white folks over here.
Yeah, no, of course not. Like, of course not. But some people would go as far as to say that white people don't have a culture. And I don't know if I agree with that really. Like, I get the sentiment where it's like, if you're white, excuse me, if you're white in America, you don't really have a culture. You just sort of like assimilate to like whatever's around you. But like I do think that there's like German, there's Italian, like you can have like culture from like your ancestry and everything, but like white Americans or whatever, I can kind of get where people are going with that. And that's why cultural appropriation is so annoying, because it's like, people go through a lot of things. Fucking Chinese people, when we were building fucking railroads, they were like basically treated like slaves. They were working for like next to nothing. And like, people still want to go eat at the fucking Chinese restaurant. They want to go watch kung fu films and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff like that. And, we see all the times with like, people in Mexican restaurants and dressing up like Mexicans. Like I've seen I have like an actual friend, right? Like I don't have friends or something, but I have a friend. She's Mexican and Venezuelan, and she went to school here when she was in the elementary, and they had a fucking day where everybody dressed up for like, I think it was it might have been Cinco de Mayo or de los Muertos or something like that. And all the white people were dressed up like in like fucking sombreros and shit. That shit is fucking, it's weird. It's cultural appropriation. It's not Mexico. And like, and you know, if they're not really celebrating it here, then like, why would you like dress up as them? You know?
Not to mention the fact that as soon as any issue with immigration pop up, they'll be the first ones to hop online and say, well, maybe they should go back to where they come from. But these people, these same people in the same breath will eat fucking tacos and nachos without understanding, you know, the culture behind it. Like taco bowls,
or dress like them.
Yeah, like taco bowls are uniquely Mexican American thing. They don't come from Mexico. Like taco bowls, or like even tacos as we know them. There's a lot of variation in how those cultures express their food. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, that's sorry. We spent a lot of time on that, but at the same time, I feel like there was a lot that we need to unpack there because we're not like this fucking chick. We don't like just sit around looking
blissfully ignorant.
Yeah, we don't look at fucking cue cards to the side to say something about woke culture. Like that she does. Look, she's looking right now. She's not looking at the screen. She's looking at something that says mention woke.
That's all woke culture is to these folks. It's just a boogeyman to make these people feel like they're losing something. You know, like basically, like these people couldn't handle actual oppression if their lives depended on it, because they're crying about again them being decentered as the default. But the kicker is, people still have to deal with you every day. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you're becoming a little bit more educated on the nuances of somebody's culture doesn't mean you're losing anything.
Right, exactly. And it's too like late to like, you know, give some what's the word? Is it pretext? I don't know. It's too late to say this really, but like, hey, if you dislike this video because you didn't watch the full thing and don't understand the context, you a bitch ass nigga that'll arch your back and get the fuck off my channel.
We have to see this every day as it is. Can we just play a video game and not have to deal with it? But I do think it is fun as well. That's part of how you make a difference.
Okay, go ahead and stay blissfully ignorant, homegirl.
Yeah.
This whole woke ideology, how did it start infesting the mainstream? They started bullying people.
She just looked over somebody was like,
under the guise
come on,
of
do it again.
victims, right?
Mention woke ideology.
How did the woke ideology start infesting the mainstream?
People. I mean, just look at
Sweetie,
how
we've been here.
Season, when people were scared to admit they even voted for Trump. A ton of Trump voters weren't even vocal about voting for Trump.
Do you know why that is? All right, well,
well, they should be. I mean,
yeah,
that's because these clowns make it their personality. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, you know. Actually, you know what? Not as well as should be. If you feel ashamed for voting for Trump, you know exactly why.
You know what you did.
You know exactly why you feel ashamed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This motherfucker denied like a democratic election and like told people that he won, and like a lady got killed because of that. You know, and because she believed in him, a lot of people believed in him. They stormed the Capitol. You never see that happen from niggas. You never see that happen from Mexicans. It happened from our homegrown white people here in the United States.
Let some black folks try that shit. They would have killed all of us.
Exactly. Without prejudice.
It would have been Rosewood, Florida. They would have
extreme prejudice.
Extreme prejudice with no hesitation.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Just because your favorite fascist didn't win didn't win an election. I mean, again, they're still getting what they want under Joe Biden. That's the the kicker, man. Yeah. Like just because, you know, Joe Biden appears to these people to be giving black folks or Mexican folks or gay folks what they want, these clowns really act like they're just losing the country, like they're ashamed to be American or whatever. It's like
they're acting like a motherfucker that's like disgusted at the fact that they gotta fucking drink a diet pop or something. Like exactly. You know what I mean? Like that's what Joe Biden is. He's diet Donald Trump, and like
he's really not that much better. Like I remember when Biden was initially running, like I was a little bit critical of Biden, and one of my buddies was like, well, hey, man, he's better than Trump. I'm like, if that's the bar that we're going with, then we are royally screwed. if he's better than Trump. Like that's a terribly piss poor bar to have because like a capuchin monkey that's been trained by the circus is better than Trump. That's not an incredibly high bar to set.
Yeah, and Trump is a fucking criminal, and you can't change my mind on that. You know what I mean? Like,
this dude racked up 90+ charges, if I remember correctly.
He's racked up quite a few charges, and like he stole like important, like sensitive information, if I remember correctly. He stole some sensitive information regarding our country, and like he didn't give it back, and they had to like fucking take it from him, and I don't even know if they even got it back, really.
And these knuckleheads are so hell bent on blindly defending him. Like these people are too scared to admit they're in a cult. Like when it was rumored that Joe Biden allegedly crapped his pants, they had no problem roasting the hell out of him about it.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But as soon as it's been confirmed that Donald Trump does shit his pants, these fools popped out with t-shirts saying, "Oh, real men shit their pants," blah blah blah. It's like, yo,
Donald. The thing is, like, whatever happens to Joe Biden, like, you can like be 100% certain that it's happening to Trump as well. Like, you talk about Joe Biden's speech. I've seen videos of Trump with bad speech, and like, if it's not been clear enough, we don't care about either one of these dudes. We'd rather have a progressive or like
these are two old ass white men who have had way too much of an effect on public policy, whether socially or politically, for far too long.
Yeah, one of them is talking about coal, and the other one is talking about like fucking being a Zionist. So I don't want to hear nothing from either one of them for the rest of my life.
Of these people.
Yeah, I am too. But let's listen to her some more.
Excuse me. How just Twitter was in general. How you feared being bullied just for your politics. If you didn't have the approved politics. This is rampant in the gaming industry, specifically, right?
I'm just gonna say this really quickly. You don't have to share like your political opinion with people. That's one of the great things about this country, really. Like, you don't have to share your political opinions. As a matter of fact, you're encouraged not to do that on a grand scale. I found that out when I was like a young kid when we talked about in elementary. Like, you don't have to talk about politics at the job. You don't have to do any of this shit. Like, you can keep all this a secret if you're in fear of it. Now, if you're proud of it and you want to go ahead and do it, I mean, go ahead, Chief, but like, you're not free from like being criticized.
You're not. You're like free. Like, that's the thing. These clowns really think freedom of speech is, oh, I can come out and say whatever I want. You're not free from the consequence. Yeah, and that's the rude awakening these people are finding out. Like, oh, people are against what I believe in. Yeah, because it harms other people.
And I'm sick of this type of person in the gaming space, because like a lot of people in the gaming space is already like a place with a lot of
toxicity,
a lot of toxicity and a lot of stereotypes. But some of these motherfuckers be proving it true. Like Melonie Mac be proving it true. She's a toxic person.
Think about how many times a woman is in a chat lobby in Call of Duty, there's a good chance she's going to get fucking harassed.
Oh, I remember.
Dogged out.
I mean, I remember back in the day on Call of Duty Black Ops when they used to have those fucking arts that you could make, and like people used to, like every fucking person, I swear, everybody would try and make that one art where like they have like somebody coming on a girl's ass or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ever see that shit?
It's been a while.
But like
I stopped playing Call of Duty so long ago. Like I got tired of the games themselves, because you play one Call of Duty, you play them all.
Yeah,
not
basically.
to mention like the community itself is annoying. Like,
I don't know if it's like that anymore, but like I mean, it could be. I don't know. Like, anything could happen, but you know, I'm sick of people like this in the space, because it's like, you know, I'm a nice guy, and like, you know, when somebody finds out I'm a gamer, it like they look at me a little differently. It's like, you know, like, listen,
because you're treated like a pariah.
Yeah, like, listen, man, I don't fucking think of bad things about women, and I don't fucking you know, I'm not like a fucking gross person like that. Like, I'm not racist, and I don't want to see women or like
anybody, period,
or queer people like yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want that. Like, I just want to play games and have fun.
It's so rampant. Oh, really? Imagine how these oppressed groups feel when they're getting fucking killed.
Man, exactly.
Just for existing.
Exactly.
Just for the crime of existing.
Man.
Not even to mention everything else. Now, just being a Republican or a conservative or a Christian. In the gaming industry, people feel like they have to keep it a secret. I can't even tell you how many times I will get emails or DMs from people in the gaming industry who are like, keep doing what you're doing, keep pushing back, you know, I'm a Christian or I'm conservative or this or that. And I feel like I can't be open about that because I will get bullied or maybe even lose my job. People are scared they're gonna.
We mean you're scared that you can't be open about that. Like your whole channel is fucking. It's like a red flag. You know what I mean? Like you literally called. We watched a video the other day. I don't remember which video it was, but it was about X-Men '97. She called Morph the F slur. You know, she bleeped it out. Of course, but like
obviously have to get demonetized, but we all know what she did.
Yeah,
these people act like just because they can't be crappy to other human beings or that there's consequences for being, you know, for dogging out oppressed groups of people, that now all of a sudden they're losing something. Like, oh, I can't be conservative. There's nothing that says you can't be conservative. You can't be a jerk about it.
Yeah,
but like, I mean,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Just real quick. I'm a leftist, and, you know, there's some things I want to fucking do, but I don't do them. Like, I would like to punch a Nazi in the face. I'd like to fucking, like, slap somebody and spit in their face, but I don't fucking do it because I know that that's against the law. It's not cool, and, like, why would I make somebody else's life miserable? Like, and it's something that'll land me in jail. Like, motherfuckers like this, like, why would I say something that bad about somebody that's like considered a slur or like an offense, so like, you know, that would get you in trouble or like wrote up, but you know, like, and like I that would land me in trouble, right? Like I'm aware of consequences, so I don't do the things that I would want to do. Not that I would call somebody a slur, but like I definitely wouldn't slap someone in the fucking face. I wanted to slap somebody in the face at work before, but I didn't. You know, these motherfuckers, like, they would get in the workplace and, like, if there was, like, nothing protecting anybody, they would call people slurs all day.
Man, they be lynching motherfuckers in the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly. They be doing crazy shit.
The problem I have is a lot of these clowns trying to equate their beliefs, act like their situations are equal. Like, you getting dogged out for being a conservative which is not fun, sure, but it's nowhere near the same as somebody gay just existing and you going around calling them the F slurs. It's not the same as chicks getting harassed on the job. As a matter of fact, a couple years ago, this young girl, dude kept creeping on her, and she kept going to her supervisor saying, "Hey, this dude keeps creeping on me. He won't leave me alone." They didn't do anything about it. Long story short, the girl got killed.
Yeah,
but again,
terrible fucking shame.
Terrible shame. But again, you ask these people, you go across these people, oh, I can't be open about the fact that I'm conservative. I can't be open about the fact that I'm Christian. Yes, the bloody hell you can. Yeah. As a matter of fact, your views are very much overrepresented in mainstream society. Like the main people that are holding up social progress is a lot of you guys, yeah. And that's coming from somebody who grew up in a Christian household, who still very much holds a lot of traditional Christian beliefs. In fact, that's why I'm a leftist, you know. But again, like the overlap between a lot of I'll just go out there and say it. The overlap between fascism and a lot of the views of mainstream conservatives now is largely a circle. Mm-hmm. Like it's might be an oval, but again, like a lot of these people are very much amenable to fascist beliefs just because they can't tolerate somebody else holding the same space as them because their views will get drowned. But again, the number one religion in the world is Christianity. Mm-hmm. Like, I fail to see how, you know, your views are not getting represented or getting tolerated in mainstream society. And what does it say about, you know, you as a Christian that you're going to support somebody like Trump or support somebody that, you know, that wants to oppress other people? What does it say about you?
Right. This type of person, man, they're such a fucking ridiculous. Baby. Like she's
goofy.
She is goofy.
going to lose their jobs. People forget this stuff. And that's why...
Maybe just real quick. Maybe just don't fucking be like a volatile person that like makes fun of
person.
Yeah, makes fun of people for like their immutable characteristics. Like,
or do you know why people like support press groups? Because or like why colleges supposedly make people woke or whatever? Is because once you get outside of your shell, you start learning that other people exist, and Lord forbid you have an adult level sense of empathy. Then it changes your perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's why they were so effective. They were bullying people. And it worked for a time. People were staying silent. Especially with big tech censorship and all that.
By the way, I just seen a video this morning about like some pro-Zionist person. Like they ran up on a lady who was like, she was Muslim. I don't know if she was Palestinian or like pro-Palestinian or what the deal was, but like she definitely had the thing on her head. And they were getting all up in her fucking face, like almost to the point of like, you know, like they were just trying to like provoke her to hit them, right? And it was two dudes, and then like, so I know, bitch ass niggas, and like some protesters caught wind of it, and they're like, yo, get the fuck away from her, you know, and they like started backing up because they're fucking cowards. People like this are cowards. They love to like provoke people or like make people feel bad for who they are or what they are, and then they fucking get on spaces like this and talk for.
I can't be a conservative.
Yeah.
If you being a conservative means that you want to shit on other people, then you know what? Maybe you need to reevaluate your beliefs there, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I live in fucking. We live in Indiana, oh my god,
conservative hellhole if ever there was one.
Yeah, it sucks here, and like the thing is, I'm not gonna say I'm not allowed to be a leftist. It can be a little troublesome sometimes because people are fucking woefully ignorant and like they don't want to like
gleefully ignorant.
Yeah, gleefully ignorant. They don't want to learn. They don't want to like have any sort of like discourse or understanding of like nuance or anything like that would make a conversation great. They just want to like make fun of you and like they want to like
shut you down and make sure like or like
but I'm still me. Like that shit,
like
we're still us.
Or like God forbid you be a man talking about the effects of misogyny, motherfuckers will call you a simp or a white knight. I'm like, well, excuse me for pointing out a very serious ill that not only affects our women but dudes too.
Right.
It's the kicker, like
man.
Like just real quick about this whole bear versus man discourse. Personally, it sucks to hear, but at the same time, I get why a lot of ladies would choose the bear over a dude. And these dudes that are freaking the fuck out over it continually give these ladies the reason why they would much rather choose the bear over a man. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you're the type of dude that won't give a woman the reason to choose the bear, you've got nothing to worry about because they're not talking about you. In fact, you should be disgusted by the very type of people who are the reason that women would choose the bear. But you know, I can go on that forever.
No, you're good, man. I mean, like, hell, I came into that whole thing late. Like, I knew that in Baldur's Gate you could do something with a bear, and I didn't know if that had anything to do with the discourse, so I ignored it. But, like, that bear shit, like, you know, a lot of people here, like we mentioned, we live in Indiana. A lot of people here are falling for that, like, toxic masculinity shit.
It's so easy to. That's the worst part about it.
Yeah, and, like, you know, when there's not people like us there around to, like, coach them and, like, let them know, like, hey, there's a different way. You can respect women and, like, you know, you don't have to fucking think, like, they're garbage and they're just meant for you to, like, propagate your fucking race or something.
Yeah,
like,
or
you know,
just like women don't exist solely just to further your lineage. Like, ladies have a mind of their own too, and not to mention like we were watching that video about Fresh and Fit getting cooked yesterday. Like, like, you know, first and foremost, sex is for both of y'all. Like, this clown sitting here saying like men want sex and women want access to resources. Like, you know what? You think awfully low of the men that you're preaching to if that's what you think about your general man.
Yeah.
Like, everybody likes getting laid. Like, that's part of being human.
That's part of being like a fucking creature in general. I think every creature on this planet wants to get laid, you know what I mean? Or like well, let me change that. Every creature on this planet likes to breed, obviously, but mammals
The
in
act of
general.
breeding is fun. It feels good.
Yeah, exactly. Mammals in particular, I think, are the only ones that actually feel the pleasure. But everybody likes to fucking breed. That's bare minimum for being a person. I feel like. Well, let me not say that. There are people that don't want to, but
And that's okay.
yeah, that's
you shouldn't
okay.
be shamed just because you don't want to you know breed or whatever. Like I remember this is all off topic, but Lil Yachty said that sex really just didn't interest him like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't but it brings up the homophobia because a lot of the people that were responding to are calling him gay or
I don't know what that has to do with being gay. You can have sex with men, or you can have sex with women. You can have sex with men. Being not interested in sex is being not interested in sex. That's just there's nothing gay about that.
Why is that? Why are other people so threatened by what he's doing with his dick? If anything, it makes me anybody who be saying shit about no homo or be wondering about other people's sexuality, it makes me wonder about them because it's if other people's sexuality doesn't bother you, why are you so concerned with what they doing?
Right, man. And let me just say this: people who are like that, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't be sitting here saying that gay people are trying to indoctrinate youth and fuck everybody, and then say that because you don't. Somebody isn't having sex that they're gay. That's fucking stupid and it's backwards.
It's a lot of times when we try to push back or we're making fun of people now or we're shaming or whatever it may be, we're called bullies. And, oh, you're being mean. Oh, you're being mean. Well, what do you think you were doing? The difference is we're not trying to silence people. You're allowed to have your opinion, but we're not going to let you waltz in here.
Other people's lived experience is not your opinion, homegirl.
Being silent.
Right.
I mean, I share my Christian takes. I will share stuff straight from the Bible. Straight.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Some people might not care. That's the thing. I'm agnostic and Aaron's Christian, but I'd be willing to listen to what he has to say. But some people don't want to listen. Some people might be atheists. Some people might be of a different religion, and it just doesn't translate.
My best friend, who I've been tied with since high school, is a hardline atheist. But I can't think of too many other people better that I would much rather talk to religion about than her because she knows where I stand. I know where she stands. But I'm not about to beat her over the head because first and foremost, my beliefs don't call me to do that. I grew the way I understand the scriptures. You're supposed to love and of course with that loving somebody that you can correct them with love. But still, though, I'm not supposed to just go around and be beating you over the head with the word making you feel bad. If you feel bad, if you feel bad about something, that's because you probably did something that you shouldn't have been doing, and it's not okay. But what, there's enough time to change and do better. Mm-hmm. But that's not the same as just going around Bible thumping and making people trying to actively make people's lives a living hell just because you're on some kind of holy trip. You know what I mean? That we as believers of the faith weren't called to do that. We were called to bring souls to Christ. But again, we're not supposed to be just browbeating you about it. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to be just hateful. That's one thing I've noticed about many in the Christian faith. Obviously not everybody because that's a gross thing to say, but
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I was just about to say that I do hate when people say my opinion as a Christian. That's such a black people, we have this term where we call something cooning, right? And I think that's there should be equivalent to every sort of identification out there, honestly, because it's hard using it for every single thing. That's what that type of phrasing sounds like to me. It sounds like Christian cooning when you're just my opinion as a Christian. You're not a fucking monolith. Your opinion as a Christian means shit to somebody who's maybe a different brand of Christian. I grew up Methodist, and I don't know anything about being Methodist because I wasn't paying attention, but there's Catholic Catholic, there's Protestant, there's like
apostolic, there's
yeah,
Baptist,
yeah, Baptist,
there's non-denominational,
yeah, like there's
Seventh-day Adventist,
yeah, there's so many different versions, and like I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna say like anybody that I know that's a Methodist, like they're the supreme Christian and they know like everything as a Christian, like what they're saying like is like directly from the right Bible or something, like, and that's what she gives right now is like, oh, as a Christian, like, okay, Aaron right here is a Christian and he believes differently about like whatever she's talking about. So what does that mean? Like, do they cancel each other out? The fact of the matter is like their opinions, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, like her opinion's fucked up because like her opinions are normally centered around hate and making people feel bad for being who they are, being what they look like. Like you can look at her catalog right now, like she was just making fun of trans people in one of her thumbnails, like about Dead by Daylight or some shit that I seen earlier, and it was like, it's really gross. Like she's just basically calling trans people ugly and shit, and it's like, you know what, like Aaron might disagree, but like when I see somebody and they have opinions like this, it's just very ugly to me. And like, I don't think, yeah. And like, I think Aaron thinks that like he'll say that, she's cute.
I can acknowledge that she's conventionally attractive without, but also point out the fact that she does ugly crap. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for me, like it just like, and that's totally fine, Aaron. But like for me, it's just like, man, I can't look at this chick and like see somebody that's beautiful.
I would never ask her out on a date because you run around talking all this craziness out the side of your neck. No, like you can be as cute as you want to be, but that doesn't change the fact that you got an ugly soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, man, like people like this, like, whew, like
it's irritating to hear this garbage because it's like if you had an adult level sense of empathy, you'd understand why like people aren't so amenable to hearing from Donald Trump or like a lot of that cultish mentality garbage. Mm-hmm. And it's not. And I'm not trying to be. I really don't even want to kick people who support Trump in the head, but at the same time, it's like,
yeah,
like y'all, like this dude, Trump, like has a lot of baggage behind him, and not just for a politician, but just as a public figure. Like, let's not forget that this clown took out a whole page article to basically demonize 5 black boys who were innocent, and still refuses to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Like, abhorrently refuses to apologize.
Right. While I'm looking at this message, you can say what you want, but like, let's let her talk a little bit.
Let's go. Let's see what else she's got to say.
Let's effing go. Yeah.
Biblical principles. And, whoa, no need to be an extremist here. Wow, I'm a Christian, but I'm not that kind of Christian. Oh, so you call yourself a Christian, but you don't believe in the Bible. Then what really are you? Okay, it's gotten to the point to where if I just basic fundamentals from the Bible. Whoa, wait a minute. Let's not get extreme here.
What are those fundamentals?
This is from the Bible. Like if I tell people, like
come from the same people who when they quote the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus' specific words, they're saying we don't want that liberal propaganda. Jesus' words.
Yeah.
Who the entire book is about is liberal propaganda.
Jesus was a known leftist.
Jesus was born in Palestine.
Homosexuality is a sin. It will send you to hell. You need Jesus and you need to repent. Jesus loves you and wants to be with you in heaven. But if you continue to live in a lifestyle that is an abomination to God, then you cannot do that. So accept Jesus in your heart. He'll clean you up along the way and he'll help you get there. Turn from sin. Read your Bible every day. You're not going to want to sin in that case. Right? So there's a lot of people who are really sick of the alphabet cult and the alphabet mafia. So, it's like, okay, I get all the troons and all that, they get mad at me, but then you have, typical conservatives and stuff who are like, all right, let's go. But then if I say, like I tweeted yesterday, I'm like, hey, bragging about getting laid is cringe. Stop fornicating or you're going to hell. And yeah, accept Jesus, read your Bible, stop sinning. And that, no need to get so extreme here. Wow, wait a minute, It's literally in the Bible. It's on this. It's in the same portion talking about no idolaters, no homosexuals, no fornicators will enter the kingdom of God. And some people are just like, what if I'm married? That's not fornication if you're married. I don't know why so many people don't understand what fornication means. But
Excuse me. I'm sorry. 1 second.
Yeah.
I just had to.
Yeah.
Okay, I just had to make sure because I was like, I'm pretty sure fornication is just fucking in general, but my bad. See, that's what people do when they're worried about their integrity. They make sure they got the definitions and they got the facts straight.
Anyway, speak from the Bible and you're called an extremist, or you're called, oh, you're hating. I'm a hater because I don't want people to go to hell, and I'm telling people, hey, don't do this and accept Jesus so you don't have to go to hell. Apparently that makes me a hater.
Allegedly, so does having tattoos
society,
on your skin,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah, that is a thing, right?
So,
she would be burned as a witch if they seen her back in the fucking 1700s.
I'm not going to be a hippie. I'm just not. I'm sick of it. I like to keep it real because how many times do
Cultural
we get
appropriation.
just sugarcoat
I'm calling it right now. I'm going to be the person that she says I am. She just culturally appropriated me by saying keeping it real. That was made by black people. Get this fucking white conservative off my screen.
The world will hate you if you're a Christian. I mean, this is biblical prophecy. And if the world doesn't hate you and you're just saying mainstream approved opinions, then are you really a Christian?
This is becoming like really boring. I'm sorry. I thought she would have more to say about Tekken, than what she said within the last 10 minutes. Like, she's only mentioned Tekken for like a couple minutes, and then she got on this soapbox. Like, and to be fair, we've mentioned a lot of things and we played into it, but like, dude, this is supposed to be a video about Tekken 8 mocking the cancel pigs, and like, she's talked mostly about like just like some social issues that she just doesn't fucking care about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Melonie Mac, I'm going to fast forward like fucking 2 minutes here and see like if she's talking about anything involving Tekken.
Lies. You don't. You're so consumed with sin that you don't realize it.
Nope.
And another biblical thing, because that is what I do.
All right, great. So like, when did she stop talking about Tekken 8? Let me look and see.
Probably a while ago.
I play a video game and not have to deal with it.
Pretty much about like 5 minutes into the video, about 6.
You feared being bullied just for your.
Yeah, about 6 minutes. This video is like 4. I mean, my video is like an hour long at this point. Let me see. Yep, it's an hour and 2 minutes long. But like, there was a lot to unpack. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy making a video like combating like what she says, because like there's a lot of like facts, there's a lot of things that a lot of nuance you gotta provide,
she's trying to conflate a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, like like then she just starts talking about being a Christian, which is why we're gonna have to like stop this video, because it's like there's nothing wrong with being Christian, but like there is something wrong with being fascist and like trying to impose your belief on top of people. Like, nobody wants to hear that shit. You would have been burned as a fucking witch back in the days of the fucking discovery of America.
If she thinks she hates feminists now, then you know what? Go back 50, 60 years and see if she can wear pants.
Yeah.
Like jeans.
Yeah, you fucking witch.
See how fast she summarily be clowned or demonized or whatever.
Well, she couldn't have a bank account like in
before the 70s.
Yeah, she couldn't have a bank account before the 70s. So like literally like people that are liberal or like fight for fight for rights and shit, like they did her a favor. You know what I mean?
Tommy Loren.
Jesus fuck, man. Like, I cannot stand people like this, and I'm sorry I roped you into this, but like it's
trust me, I can't stand, man. Don't even sweat it. Like, trust me, bro. Like, I'll be peeping some of the stuff that people say, and like I was thinking of something the other day. Like, some people will say a lot by saying a little. Like prime example, like when dudes be saying no homo, like I instantly think they're trying to cover something up. Like, the dude may not be gay, but like if you didn't say anything gay, then what are you worried about? Or like my buddy Sean, love Sean to death. Shout out to my nigga Sean, but like he posted on Facebook the other day talking about how he thinks it's a little sus for dudes be ordering a meat lover's pizza. Like, If a dude's ordering a meat lover's pizza, he's not thinking about penis. He's thinking about, sausage, pepperoni, bacon. You're the one that's thinking about dick, buddy.
Yeah.
Like if a man saying, "Hey, I want a meat lover's pizza," gives you pause, then you got some issues with your sexuality that you need to work out, because I'm talking about pizza. You're talking about penis.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bad, but like I find posts like that entertaining though sometimes.
They're effortlessly entertaining, because it's like, wow, man, like it's funny, but like again, once you unpack that, you're like, man, that's just so sad that you you think so little of people being gay or whatever that you can't even enjoy pizza.
Yeah.
Last I checked, everybody likes pizza.
Right. And this is like just a little funny, but like I remember I seen something, and I don't know if it was like somebody being totally serious. It could have been joking. Like, you don't know the tone of people over the internet,
Yeah.
like a text. But like a lady typed in, what was it? I think it was on Twitter. It was something along the lines of a man making breakfast is a little zesty or something.
Oh my God.
Like giving sassy vibes to me. That shit made me laugh so hard, because it was like, yo, you can't do nothing as a man.
Yeah, like I'm trying to say something where this chick said, "I don't trust a nigga who wakes up." Like, dang, we can't even be alive.
Hell no, bro. I don't
Might
trust.
as well just die.
I don't trust a man who shaves.
Well, so you want to? I really wish somebody would try to tell me that, like, oh man, a dude cooking breakfast is zesty. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll be zesty as I'll get out there. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make you some pancakes, some eggs, some bacon. Call me zesty all you want to. I'm gonna be eating good.
Some motherfucking French toast up in here, man. Yeah, but
or like, oh, if you as a man, why are you ordering dessert? Because I like ice cream. Sweetheart.
Oh yeah, I heard that one too. That's another funny one. Dessert. Like, yeah, man, let me get some of this earthquake cake, some of this key lime pie.
Oh, that's sassy.
Shit.
Get the hell out of here,
man.
Boy, y'all are just so like just miserable. And meanwhile, niggas who are gay are going like, man, I don't know what y'all talking about. Like, I remember, in fact, on TikTok, somebody made one of those posts. I said the only thing that makes you gay is sexual romantic attraction to the same sex. That's it. And TikTok flagged my comment. I'm like, really? I didn't even say nothing bad. I literally just said the only thing that makes you gay is just sexual romantic attraction to other men. Like, what is wrong with what I said?
some exactly. Some people say some funny ass shit like that. Like, some people say it like and don't even mean it to be like funny, or like, the way it comes out.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget when I was working at my it was my third job. It was at a call center. This dude, his name was Phil. He was my guy. And he was wearing a pink shirt. I was like, that's a nice shirt, man. And I think it was him wearing a shirt, not me. But it was a long, long time ago. But
yeah.
Anyway, like, regardless, like, he said something along the lines of, like, somebody said something to him about wearing a pink shirt once. He said, I couldn't wear a pink shirt, man. It make me feel gay. And like Phil was like
trying to dog Phil out.
Well, Phil said, "Listen, man, if wearing a pink shirt makes you feel gay,
then the pink shirt's not the problem."
Yeah, like goddamn, like yo, that should make you feel gay. I guess, man. Maybe it was always in you. Who knows?
Yeah, if wearing a pink shirt makes you feel gay, then it's not the pink shirt that's the problem, or like not even that being gay is the problem. Like, it's not the pink shirt that caused you to be gay. Maybe you should just, accept it.
Yeah, like put that pink shirt on and all of a sudden feel like you want to suck some dick, dude. Like, it's the color pink that did it to him, dog.
Every time he sees pink, his knees start buckling.
Yeah, oh yeah, start salivating at the mouth when he sees a hot dog.
Shoot. Or like in fact, that's what gave me the idea of calling people out whenever like they say like eating certain foods makes you look gay or whatever, because it's like you're the one that's thinking about dick. I'm eating food,
man. Like when you fucking eat a banana.
Yeah,
man. I remember at work this motherfucker that work there still, this motherfucker used to give me funny looks because I'm eating a banana. I'm like, dude, can I just eat this fucking banana, dude? Like, I like bananas. Like, there's nothing wrong with bananas.
Yeah, and again, he's trying. Like I said, people will say a lot by saying a little, man. Them giving you funny looks because like he doesn't have a problem with you. He has a problem with himself.
Yeah, man, we need to address that shit.
Like I said, man, if wearing a pink shirt makes you feel gay, then it was never about the pink shirt.
Right, exactly. But
you're just in the closet, buddy. Hey, it's okay. Come on out. Just like we ain't gonna dog you.
Yeah, we're not gonna fucking Melonie Mac you and like start beating you over the head with the Bible or whatever the hell she's talking about.
Feel like shit because of it.
Yeah, but man, this video's going on a long time for 14 minutes and 54 seconds. I gotta get better at this. But hey, it's a riveting conversation, man. Just friends talking. Man. It was fun,
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a little podcast going.
Hell yeah, dog. We need to get your best friend and my friend over here.
I'd definitely love to get Miranda's input. Like she would have a lot of insight, a lot of thorough insight.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun having her around. So, all right, man.
Yeah, I bet.